Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. It's been a busy morning, and a friend of ours had a new laptop. He's only had it like 2 weeks that he wanted to sell. So I wanted to look at it. He wanted to bring it by before he went to work. So I think I'm going to get it. He's going to drop it off this afternoon. He's going to, I guess, do a factory reset, take his stuff off of it from work. But anywho, Lisa, good morning. Southern Mom, Carolina Girl, Cement Shoes, Shine On, Tremaine, Beach Bum, Mandy Hall. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's been having a good morning. I've not been having a good morning. I'm stressed out, I'm annoyed, and I'm going to try to keep my cool today. Can't promise, though. Can't make any promises about that. So maybe once I get into the true crime, I won't be so annoyed. Carolina Girl, oh boy, it's that time again. Ours has been pushed back till September 8th, but my gal will be homeschooled as well. Yes, Timothy's going to do online classes as well. The coronavirus is on the rise here. Yeah. My uncle has it, my mom's brother. Hey, Cheryl Lynn, Norman Starr. Hope you ladies are doing well this morning. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of true crime to talk about. Some of the things I don't even have in the title or the thumbnail. Mark has strict orders not to interrupt me today because I'm annoyed already, and I don't want to be interrupted. Yesterday was an emergency. I had to send him a video to show the vet. But anyhow, let's see. What all do I have this morning? Ghislaine Maxwell to talk about. Then we're going to talk about the mother of Cannon Hennett, the 5-year-old boy who was executed by his neighbor, grown man, knowed the boy of his life. Cannon's mother has spoken out, and she's mad as hell, rightfully so. Said she was going to burn the county. If it took burning the county down to get justice for her little boy, she was going to do it. But also, she is being threatened. We're going to read about that in a minute. Threatened. This lady's son was executed in front of his little sisters, and she is being threatened. And she says that other children in the neighborhood are not safe. Then there was a Bronx teen stabbed and set on fire. He is not dead yet. Hopefully he makes it through it. Then we're going to talk about the professional poker player, Susie Q. I think that's how you say her name. I looked it up. She met up with an online predator at a motel. She ended up being tied up and viciously beat and raped and murdered, and her body burned. What else do we have this morning? Okay, that's all the notes that I have. Yeah, we have a lot, plus a few more little things. I saw a story about a dog that was abandoned, but that one has a happy ending. Yeah, these people in Russia left this big, beautiful white dog. It looks like a pyramids, great pyramids, tied up beside the road, like at their little store, I guess they used to run and live at. And it was tied to this big chain. And the only food it got was from truckers who drove by and would throw out scraps to it, right? Well, it was rescued by the PAWS organization. And now he has a new home. He's running in this big open field. He's got a little girl he plays with. It's a she. Her name is Athena. They did discover that she was blind in one eye. But yeah, it had a happy ending. Hey, KDF. Norma Star, I wish I could grab my kids and run far, far away from all this evil. Yeah, I know. It's really sad. Let me get into my articles. I guess we'll start out with that weirdo Ghislaine, however the hell you say her name. Did I say hey to Shug? Hey, Shug, if I didn't say hey. Cement shoes. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. After I tell y'all about Ghislaine, I want to tell y'all about a case. I don't have it in my title or thumbnail, but it's about a woman boxer, like a champion boxer. It's horrific what this woman did. Okay. Right here, the weirdo is. I think the judge has denied a request for a 3-week delay in releasing some documents. She don't want the public to know what a sicko she is. Her lawyers are trying to prevent these documents from being released. Newsflash, lady, everybody knows you're a weirdo freak, pedophile, predator. So it said a federal judge on Wednesday rejected accused child sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell's latest attempt to delay release of documents from Virginia. Gosh, I looked up her name, how to pronounce it this morning, and I've already forgot. Giuffre, I think that's how you say her name, Giuffre. Okay. Virginia Giuffre's new settled defamation lawsuit against her, saying she saw no reasonable basis to grant a request for a 3-week delay. Maxwell's attorney said Monday they had found critical new information related to the criminal case against her and asked for the delay to discuss the information with prosecutors, the New York Post reported. Her lawyers know she's screwed. They must have found some very incriminating stuff. Okay, U.S. District Court Judge Loretta Preska ruled that since the new information is under a protective order in the criminal case, it can't be disclosed for anything related to the civil case. The documents come from Giuffre's lawsuit filed in 2015. It was settled for an undisclosed amount in 2017. The documents released stem from a pleading the Miami Herald made on behalf of investigative reporter Julie K. Brown. Brown's November 2018 series, her version of Justice, detailed how former U.S. Labor Secretary Alex Acosta, then a U.S. attorney in South Florida, brokered a sweetheart deal that allowed Jeffrey Epstein to escape any serious consequences of a conviction for procuring a young girl for prostitution. Yeah, that was bullshit. They made him a deal like that. And the only reason that he got a deal like that is because he was Jeffrey Epstein and had, millions? Wasn't he a billionaire? These people are sick. I want to know who else was into this sick stuff that they associated with. We know Prince Andrew was. Who else? Probably Bill Clinton. Hold on, guys. Of course, I'm getting interrupted by Lady. Goodness gracious. Come on, Lady. You guys drive me crazy. Okay. Judge Preska said Wednesday that if the protective order on the criminal new information is lifted, Maxwell can again apply for a stay on the document release. So, also, she wants to be put in general population, guys. I need to look at my phone so I can see my chat. She wants to be put in general population. Says Maxwell's attorneys have also filed a request to move her to general population at the detention center where she's being held, arguing that repeated body scans, 24-hour surveillance create uniquely uniquely onerous conditions. Prosecutors are expected to respond to that request by Thursday. Epstein was arrested a year ago on sex trafficking charges and was found hanged in his Manhattan jail cell. His death was ruled a suicide. Part of me thinks that he committed suicide because he knew he was going down. He was going to prison for the rest of his life and never getting out. He was going to die in prison. So I believe he took the coward's way out. But then again, it's very suspicious how none of the security cameras in the jail were working. So I'm very conflicted with that. Really hard to tell who else involved. Hey, Lightfeather, good morning. Tremaine, listen here, America. I'm going to tell you for the last time, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Lewinsky. Tremaine. Can you believe how Clinton looked right into the camera and just the way he said that? Every time I hear or see that video of Bill Clinton saying that, I just die laughing. It's like hilarious how he's trying to be so serious and acting like he's speaking from his heart, knowing he's full of crap. It's hilarious. Leather and Lace. I'm glad you made it. I love that name. Love it. Why does your name remind me of Stevie Nicks? Isn't there a song like that Stevie Nicks made? I should know this. Stevie Nicks is like my favorite singer of all time. Hey, Miriam. Good morning. Glad you made it. So, yeah, she wants to be put in general population. I got news for her. They don't take kindly to child pedophiles, child sex traffickers. They will beat her ass if they put her in general population, unless she uses her money to buy the inmates. She could have one of her contacts put money on their books and stuff, probably. Who knows? I am a Stevie Nicks fan, one of my fave songs. Okay, I kind of thought that. My memory is so daggone bad. I was pretty sure that was a song. But then I got to thinking, maybe it's just some words in a song. Hey, Red Rum. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I'm so not convinced he is actually dead. Oh, gosh, Red Rum. Really? Norma, yep, it's my all-time favorite song. My favorite song by Stevie Nicks is Silver Springs. Hey, Remy, good morning. Yeah, if Epstein is dead, he's probably getting a pitchfork poked in his butt right about now from the devil. He split hell wide open. I guess I shouldn't say stuff like that, but oh well, it's the way I feel about it. I don't have any sympathy or empathy for sex predators at all. And before we talk about I think this kid was from, the Bronx teen that was stabbed and set on fire. I want to share a story with you about a woman sex predator. She is like a boxer. Let me pull it up here. I'm going to have trouble pronouncing her name. I've done looked at it. I have done tried to pronounce it. I can halfway pronounce it. She's like Russian, right? And she's like this big time boxer over there. It says a female boxer got jailed for killing 2 men by beating them up. One got his rear end invaded by a foreign object, and the other got beaten to death. Can you believe a woman would do this? Like, guys, it blows my mind how evil a lot of these women are. I don't know, because I'm a woman, it like blows my mind. I don't know how else to describe it. I guess there's just as many evil women as men. He's cooking right next to Hitler as we speak. Yeah, cement shoes. It's truth. I watch some kind of show on Adult Swim. It's about the devil. Sometimes at night it's on. I'll watch it, and it had Hitler down there in hell. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to screen share this. So, a Boxer woman charged with the murder of 2 men. She raped a man to death with a shovel handle shoved into his nethers. The other one was beaten to death by the woman. Her name is Elena Povolyakina, something like that. She's 22, a Russian female boxer from Mikhelvaka, something like that, was sentenced for killing 2 men. One of them got it in the rear end with a shovel handle, resulting in his gruesome death, as his nethers were seriously sexually violated. She was given 13 years imprisonment for what she done to the 2 men, reports the Daily Mirror. The first assault, according to police, happened when an unknown 37-year-old drunk man did not want to leave their family home. She took matters into her own hands and beat up the drunk person. While very enraged, she severely beat the man. After that, she got a handle from the shovel and used it to violate his rear end in the worst way. When the man died from his torn nethers, the violated corpse was thrown over the fence. Initially, the police had no idea who killed the man. However, witnesses informed the police that Elena was responsible for the man's demise. Reports say that she was drinking when someone identified Evgeny Grubenkov, 31, aka Ivan, and said bad things about her 57-year-old father. It made her very angry, which made her want to get even. This is kind of written badly. I don't know if the person that wrote this speaks English because it's written badly, but that's okay. Okay. Her father was a successful farmer and raised her and her 26-year-old brother. Investigators related how Ivan ended up as her punching bag that led to a deadly beating. Elena found Ivan laying on the sofa very drunk, and she mounted on him. She started striking the drunk man by punching and kicking him. Ivan was beaten to death. She admitted to the murder, although she did not appear in court. She went home to help the family on the farm and stayed for a while when the killing happened. Everyone in the village knew her precociousness, I think it's how you say it, which was not normal. When asked by a newspaper, their neighbors noted her small size, but is stronger than normal. A witness to the second beating, who wanted to remain anonymous, asked that Ivan be spared. The person feared getting in the way of Elena because of her reputation. After the beating, Ivan was still alive, and they did not call the medics. The victim died the next morning. The accused was checked for insanity. All tests show she was normal, but with a bad temper. She admitted to both killings, but did not agree to testify. According to the state investigator, when asked about the event, she gave several conflicting statements, but forensics uncovered the truth. I guess that's her in this video right here. I gotta watch what I play on my channel. I got a copyright claim. What an evil, evil woman. Can y'all believe this? Can y'all believe that she beat this man to death and shoved a shovel handle up his rear end? I just had to share this with you guys because it blew my mind. What a violent woman. How disgusting. That's how he died, from her shoving it up his tail. What a sick bitch. Yes, Leatherlace, a boxer woman. Bad tempered, that's an understatement. Holy cow. I know, right? It blew my mind. I saw this in one of my news apps this morning, and I read it, and I was like, oh my God. I've got to share that on my stream. There's a lot of evil in the world. So she's a little made person, but she's a boxer, a champion. Okay. I saw an update about this Bronx teen. Let's see if we can find it. I'm telling you, the world is evil. I believe some people are just born evil, guys. I really do. It's just in them. Okay, let me find the new article. Okay, I got it here. Oh, what a handsome young man from the Bronx, stabbed and set on fire. Now, this is an update, so I haven't seen this article. I'm hoping that he made it. Oh my gosh. Parents submerged newborn boy in 5-gallon bucket of tar. Asked friends to pass another baby off as their own when police questioned them. Oh my God. We'll read that in a minute. I'm digressing. So this is the young man. Teen set on fire in apartment building as horrified residents stabbed before his body was set on fire in a Bronx apartment earlier. The victim has been identified as 18-year-old Winston Orts, and multiple reports stated that he died on Wednesday afternoon, while at least one report, which is undated, says he is in critical condition. Yeah, that's what I read. He was in critical condition. According to the New York Post, police said Winston was stabbed 3 times before a suspect doused him with an accelerant and set him on fire in an apartment on Woodycrest Avenue in the Bronx. According to NBC New York, Winston lived a block away from the building. Surveillance footage reportedly showed a suspect arriving at the building 10 minutes ahead of Winston. The suspect and the victim got into an argument before the suspect attacked the teen. Jesus Christ. Only a monster could set someone on fire. Residents of the building witnessing the horrifying scene after seeing a fire in the apartment unit. As the New York Post reports, a teenage girl was seen and heard screaming outside the apartment where Winston had been set on fire. I stepped outside. I saw flames. A woman who lives in the building told the New York Post. I thought her apartment was on fire. When I go over there, I saw a guy with flames all over his body. She and the mother of the teen girl reportedly poured water over the victim while waiting for emergency responders. Winston was severely injured and barely conscious when EMTs arrived. Police have not publicly identified the suspect, and it does not appear that they have made any arrests. A GoFundMe campaign is raising funds for Winston Orts' family. Jesus Christ. And I guarantee it was over something stupid. How could anyone set someone on fire? Dodgy Bob's Dodgy Mate. Hey, welcome. Hey, Alyssa. Lisa, yes, that story about the boxer woman that killed the 2 men. Yes, she only got 13 years. I'm behind a little bit. Let me see if I can go out. Come back into the live chat because I'm behind and don't want to catch up. Please remember Winston in y'all's prayers. I'm going to go down here and click on this GoFundMe and see if we can get the link for it. We could share it. That reminds me of the Jessica Chambers case. Carolina girl, you read my mind because I started to mention that and I couldn't think of her name. But it's Jessica Chambers. So here's the GoFundMe. I will get Mark to donate a little bit to this. I'm going to get the link here. If it'll let me. They've raised $12,000. Well, I pushed share. It didn't let me share it to anything. Here, let me just do it like this. Okay. Okay, there's the link to the GoFundMe if you guys want to check it out. What the hell is wrong with people? I don't know. Hey, Carolina girl, I can't remember, but was Jessica Chambers still alive when they set her on fire? I can't remember. That was a sad case. Can you imagine? There was a woman that was set on fire by her boyfriend. She had broken up with him or they had gotten an argument. Now, this made national news. He set her on fire and it damaged her whole body. Her whole body was burnt. Her face was unrecognizable. But she lived like a year and a half after that, of course, in the hospital. She lived long enough to give and recover a little bit to where she could give a deposition. They videotaped it of what happened that night. I think he surprised her. He was laying and waiting for her, if I'm not mistaken. My freaking head cannot shake anymore as much as I do anymore. I know it. So sad. Yes, Carolina girl says Jessica was still alive when they set her on fire. I remember that case, but I didn't follow it real closely. But anyhow, I hope and pray that Winston recovers. He looked like a very nice young man, good-looking young man. She was stumbling. Oh, really? People want to make themselves gods instead of listening to the word of God. Yes, I agree, Miriam. Only God's supposed to take a life. There's just people's just born evil, like Ted Bundy. I'm really convinced Ted Bundy was born evil. We're getting ready to read about some really, really evil people. I cannot believe I've not heard of this story. These people submerged their baby in tar, guys. I didn't see this one this morning. They must have just put it up. Then we'll talk about Cannon a little bit. Hannah, parents submerged newborn boy in 5-gallon bucket of tar. Ask friends to pass another baby off as their own. This is in Texas. Texas couple is behind bars after police found a week-old baby inside a 5-gallon bucket of tar over the weekend. Jesus. Dallas Morning News reports that authorities arrested Donna and Roland Grabowski, the parents of a week-old baby Makai. I think it says that. Yeah, Makai, I guess, on Saturday, according to Sheriff Jim Skinner. Authorities were alerted and arrived at the couple's home in Princeton after someone called them about a possible unreported death of an infant. The suspects weren't at home at the time, but authorities eventually located them in Dallas. Based on cell phone records, The couple initially lied to investigators and claimed their newborn was being watched by a family friend. An arrest affidavit revealed that they also asked a friend to lie to authorities. I need to say your baby is ours. Quick, in and out. They just need to see, the couple said in a text message to a friend. Donna Grabowski told authorities that her baby had been born at the medical center of McKinney, but there are reportedly no records of his birth at the center. There was an attempt to deceive us as to what happened and the whereabouts of their child. After police arrested the couple, details surrounding Makai's death began trickling out. According to the warrant, the suspects told a friend that the baby had passed away from sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, on July 29th. After obtaining a search warrant for the couple's home, investigators found baby Makai in a shed behind the residence, submerged in a bucket with tar. They took the child and wrapped him in a blanket and submerged him into a 5-gallon bucket of tar and put him in a shed behind the residence, Skinner explained. Jesus Christ. Is this real? Am I reading this right now? Oh my God. A medical examiner is currently performing an autopsy to determine the baby's official cause of death. I've been in this business over 30 years, and I've seen a lot of crazy things, but this is the first time I've ever found a dead infant in a bucket of tar, and hopefully the last, Skinner added. Oh my gosh. Court documents state that Ronald Grabowski is a registered sex offender after an aggravated sexual assault of a child conviction. He's also been previously charged with burglary and drug possession. Ronald has been charged with abuse of a corpse, abandoning or endangering a child, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with physical evidence. He's at Collin County Jail on a $925,000 bond. Donna is facing the same charges. She's in jail. Looks like hers is a $1 million bond. I can't believe that. Let me see if there's anything else. I can't believe I just read that. Can you believe that they would wrap a baby in a blanket and submerge a live baby in tar? Can you believe this? Sorry, Tremaine, I missed your super chat. Thank you, Tremaine. Hey, my beautiful apple pie. I just put some money on the GoFundMe. He looks like me. Oh, for Winston Ort's GoFundMe? Oh, Tremaine, thank you. You're so sweet. Hey, Angel. The world is full of evil monsters. Hey, Denise. Oh, my God, this makes me sick to my stomach. True crime, guys, gives me anxiety, and it's because of this stuff. It is horrendous. I have no words, guys. I don't know what to say about this. I'm speechless. I just, it's very upsetting. I can't believe someone would do a baby that way. Jesus. What is wrong with people? Do you reckon they suffocated the baby, then went and put it in tar? Or do you think they put the baby in alive? I don't know which one. We'll have to wait on the autopsy results. So sad. We're going to get off this one real quick. I can't talk about it no more. When I talk about this stuff, I can picture it. It pictures in my head, and I can't control it. Can't control what's, pictures in your brain. Look at the evilness in them. Yeah, probably on drugs, hardcore drugs. Methamphetamine or something. They look like it to me. They got Charles Manson eyes, don't they, guys? Okay. Sometimes I just have to talk about these child cases really quick because they get to me. Let me find my other stuff. I know they get to you guys too. True crime stresses me out. I've always been into true crime. But, when you're constantly reading, talking about it, it does stress you out. But I do enjoy coming on here and discussing it. Okay, did y'all see where the father and his sons were arrested for selling like a cure for COVID-19? They was selling this stuff, this liquid stuff, and basically it's like bleach. Yeah, so they fled to Colombia from the United States, and they were arrested over there. We can look at that too if I got time. Hey, Alex. How's my little chubby baby doing this morning? Alex has the prettiest kids. Her youngest one, she is so cute. I call her my little chubby monkey. He's adorable. Okay, we're going to look at Cannon. So yesterday we talked about little Cannon here. He's the little boy who was riding his bicycle outside, and his neighbor comes across the street, puts a gun up to his head, and pulls the trigger. He executes little Cannon. Now, this is a man who has lived beside of Cannon's family for years. I guess Cannon's father, Austin, and this Sessman guy grew up together. He had actually had dinner with Cannon's father the night before, had been over last Sunday before the shooting, left, goes home, gets a gun, walks back across the street, kills Cannon from his two sisters. His mom spoke out on social media since, and she says she's been getting threats to look at him riding his bike. What really got to me about this is at the end of this article, there's a picture of Cannon and his mom. I believe her name is Bonnie. And he was a mama's boy. It broke my heart. Broke my heart. I don't know if I saw that one or not, Alex. I might have missed it. I'll go back and find it. Hey, Colleen, how are you? I see ya. Anyone that's new, if you come into chat and I don't say hi to you, I'm not ignoring you. That's like a normal thing with me. I miss a lot because I read and stuff. Okay, so let's get back to little Cannon here. What in the hell made this guy kill this little boy? This little boy is the sweetest little boy. He had the biggest heart, cared about other people's feelings, and this guy knew it. Okay, let's read this. A mother of a North Carolina boy who lost his life earlier this week vows to get justice against the man who allegedly shot him in the head at point-blank range. So, the U.S. Marshals Service Carolina's Regional Task Force arrested Darius Nathaniel Sessman, 25, on Monday. He has been charged with murder in connection with the death of 5-year-old Cannon Hennett. The shooting happened around 5:33 p.m. on Sunday. Family members told police that Cannon was outside on his bike playing with his sisters, age 8 and 7, and Sessman walked up to the boy, pointed a gun at his head, and pulled the trigger. First responders rushed Cannon to Wilson's Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. A neighbor said that Sessman had dinner with Cannon's father, Austin, the night before the shooting. Sessman went back to Austin's home earlier in the day on Sunday. Doris LeBrand, a neighbor who witnessed the shooting, saw Sessman run back towards his house after putting a gun to Cannon's head. I can't even hardly read. It gets me tore up. Shoo. So Doris thought her first reaction was that he was playing with the kids. But anyways, Bonnie Waddell is Cannon's mother, and she made a post on Facebook Monday that she vowed to get justice after a piece of her heart was taken from her. God love her heart. Look at this. Her and Cannon. Look how happy and cute. I bet he was just as sweet as pie. She says, one thing for sure. He loves his mommy, and he knew just how much mommy loved him. So sad. She says, I will burn this country down if it's what it'll take to see this man burn in hell. I'm ready to flip this county upside down, Bonnie wrote. This was not because my baby was riding a bike. Don't let the social media and news fool you. We will get our justice, and I'm taking every damn body down right with him. Please ride the roads. Keep your eyes out. My other kids are in danger as threats were made. This scumbag is not far. Cannon was always telling everyone he loved them. Ask that son of a bitch why he took my baby. He knew my child and just how sweet, innocent, and loving he was too. I don't blame her a bit. Sessoms later fled the scene in his 2019 Toyota Corolla, but authorities found him Monday night inside a home at Goldsboro. Cannon's family members said they knew Sessoms, who lived next door to the child's family, for years. We used to play together. I never thought he'd kill someone. A mother now has to lay her son to rest at 5 years old, which she should never have to do. He'll never be forgotten, Rachel Pipkin told the outlet. Look at him. He looks plumb evil. He looks plumb out of his mind to me, like he's on something. Poor Cannon. Just breaks my heart. About Winston Orts, the news is saying that he had broken up with his girlfriend 2 days before. At this time, it is not known if the breakup is connected with his murder. Oh, wow. I'm just wondering, thank you, Miriam. I'm just wondering if she had been seeing someone else. Maybe her new boyfriend did this. What, was there a neighborhood dispute? No, Dodgy Bob's, Dodgy Mate. No, there was no dispute. Sessoms had been over to eat supper with Cannon's father, Austin. Now, and he had been over earlier Sunday before he killed Cannon. Now, there could have been something going on that last visit. They could have had some kind of dispute then. If they did, it's not come out yet. Yeah, look at those eyes. Miriam, he looks like he's got something tattooed on his eyeball right there. See that? Some people do get tattoos on their eyelids and stuff. Not me. I'd be afraid it'd make me go blind. Just call me Dodgy. It's easier. Yeah. I'm just going to call you Dodgy. Sometimes these cases, they get me really tore up and I can't read. I can't hardly talk. They give me anxiety. I cannot imagine having to live after that happening to your precious baby. And just think about those little girls. They saw him kill Cannon. They were outside riding their bikes too. It was right in front of them. He looks like to me he's on dope. I don't know what kind of dope. Okay, so he did go to court Tuesday, and he plans to hire his own lawyer. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, GoFundMe has been set up to help the family with burial expenses. I'll go get the link. Share that too. Poor Cannon. Definitely got his wings now, bless his little heart. Justice for Cannon. Look at that smile. He's just so cute. I mean, you can just see the happiness in his face. Alex B's little girl. her baby. She's like that too in pictures. You can just see her eyes are all lit up. Her face is glowing. She is so happy and healthy. Cannon's got that same look. Breaks my heart. Now, Mark, my hubby, he doesn't get into true crime, but he's actually the one that told me about this case. And I got online and looked, and he's actually talking about this morning. He said, it pisses me off so bad. He needs the same thing done to him. I agree. I think, when you murder a child and stuff, you should get the same punishment as you done to that child. Eye for an eye. Okay, let me post this. So there is the link to Cannon's GoFundMe. I think that's for his burial expense. On his eye and around his neck. It's more than dope he's on. Yeah, I don't know if he's on meth or if he's got some kind of mental illness and on something else, which is a bad combination, especially like methamphetamine and having mental illness. Any drug's bad, right? With or without mental illness, but methamphetamine can affect mental illness quite a bit, like intensifies it or something. Anyways, prayers for Cannon's family. I hope they get justice. We'll keep following this case and I'll update you. Now, also, I think the last thing I want to tell you about is the professional poker player. She went by Susie Q, but her name is Susie Q. I cannot believe it's pronounced Zhao because it's spelled with a Z-H, but it's Chinese. I would have never guessed that's the way it was pronounced, but I looked it up. I was like, finally, a name easy for me to pronounce. Let me find this. Oh, did y'all see where that woman was drinking and driving and ran over a pregnant woman and killed her? She was like 36 weeks pregnant. So they had to do an emergency C-section. The baby's in critical condition. Yeah. I've been following this story about this poker player. I don't think I've talked about it, but I have been following it. And I'm just so confused. What this woman was doing, meeting up with this weirdo. Now, it doesn't say that she came out and met up with him or they were just staying at the same motel. But they're also not saying that, they're not saying like, hey, she was just there by herself. So it's kind of confusing. But yeah, she was a professional poker player. She goes by Susie Q, 33 years old, and Jeffrey Morris, age 60, killed her at a motel. So her body was found charred in a Michigan park last month, was bound, sexually assaulted before she was burned alive. Cell phone records suggest, okay, so this article is saying, okay, never mind. Cell phone records suggest Susie met Jeffrey Morris at the Sherwood Motel in Waterford Township on July 12th. He is a convicted sex offender. Claimed he met Susie at Watkins Lake Road, and they both checked into the Sherwood Motel at around 9:26 p.m. Morris allegedly told police that at some point they left the motel to purchase alcohol. He also said Susie left the motel around midnight and took all her belongings, including her cell phone. An investigation revealed that Susie's cell phone didn't leave the motel until 5 a.m. Phone records reportedly show Morris left around the same time and drove to a secluded spot in the Pontiac Lake recreation area. Authorities allege he was at the location for approximately 7 minutes. White Lake police believe Susie was killed sometime after 11:45 p.m. on July 12th. Her charred remains were found on July 13th in a parking area located near the Pontiac Lake State Recreation Area. Fingerprints were used to identify Susie as the descendant. Court records state that Susie was bound with zip ties and sexually assaulted with a large object before being lit on fire until she died. Morse was arrested days after Susie's slaying. Investigators who searched his car reportedly found foot impressions, hairs, and miscellaneous fibers. WXYZ reported that they also recovered duffel bags containing Morse's identification, a bedsheet with possible bloodstains, and a baseball bat that possibly had a sizable blood stain on it. Oh my gosh. So Morris is a tier 3 sex offender with a 1989 conviction for third-degree criminal sexual conduct, force or coercion. I can't pronounce it. He was charged with first-degree premeditated murder in connection with Susie's death. Now, Susie Q was known in the professional poker circuit as Susie Q. She reportedly lived in Los Angeles and moved in with her parents in Michigan on June 9th. Authorities have not disclosed a motive, but previously said they're unsure if Susie's murder is connected to gambling in other states or to someone she recently met. It's also unclear why or how Susie and Morris met. The items allegedly found in Morris's possession are being tested at the Oakland County Crime Lab. Please, guys, do not meet people that you met online you've been talking to. I mean, if you do want to meet someone you've developed a friendship with, then you need to meet in a public place. You don't need to go anywhere alone with them, and you need to have a friend with you. And that really still don't guarantee that you're safe. We just talked about a lady that yesterday that, she thought she met the love of her life on a dating site. She takes her dog, goes to meet him for the first time, walks into his house. He wants to put a blanket over her head, said he's got a surprise for her. And he beats her to death, murders her in front of her dog. It's just not safe. Nasty old man, Miriam said. I'm 58 years old. Nasty, nasty old men. You're right. I glanced down and saw your comment. It made me chuckle a little bit. Because that's something like my mom would say. Baseball bat. Yeah. Hey, Mac. Yeah, you don't want... when you're talking to someone online behind a keyboard and stuff, most of the time, they're just going to show you the nice side of them. Remember, anybody can be anybody they want behind a keyboard. You could be talking to a complete, psychopath. And you'd never know it because they're just being so nice. Whining and dining you, as I call it. How do you say that? Wooing you. No, it's not safe. I mean, the lady we talked about yesterday, people knew where she was going. I'm sure he even knew that other people besides them knew that she was coming to visit. I mean, when her brother and his wife couldn't get a hold of her, they went to that guy's house. They knew where she was at. They heard her dog barking inside. They contacted police. They finally got him to answer the door. When he came out, he said, I got to tell you something first. She's dead inside. Her brother and sister-in-law outside. Yeah. the ones who invite people from sites to their house or whatever is so dangerous, but they do. Yes, I know. Kim Best grooming you. Yes, that's what they do. Yeah, I mean, you never know who. Now, we talked about like Ghislaine at the beginning of my stream. She's wanting to go in general population. Her lawyers are trying to get her put in general population. And they wanted to delay some documents being released for 3 weeks, and the judge declined. Male rapists tend to get a lot less time. Yeah. I mean, it just blows my mind that women do these things too. Just like the woman, the female boxer we talked about earlier. She killed 2 men. And one of the ways she killed the first man is she violated him with the handle of a shovel. Blows my mind. Women are capable of just as much evil as men. She's an escape artist. You know something, Kim Best, that's very puzzling to me is you would think she would be afraid to get put in general population with the other inmates. Inmates don't take kindly to pedophiles, sex traffickers, weirdos like her. She's a weirdo freak. Someone like her, that's who a weirdo freak is. She's the definition of one. Her and Epstein and Prince Andrew and all of them, they're sick. Clinton's sick too. Very disturbing how Bill Clinton, if you think about it, in that video, he addresses the American public. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It's very disturbing how he could sit there and lie like that. Trying to, act like he's being honest, speaking from his heart. Bullshit. All politicians are crooked. Yeah, Kim Best, you would think she'd be scared to go in general population. That's weird, isn't it? That's weird that she wants to be put in with those other inmates. The only thing I can figure out is maybe she's going to put money on their commissary. She's going to buy them, have them in her pocket so they don't attack her. She's going to pay them, I guess, to leave her alone, maybe. I always felt bad for Eileen Wuornos. Me too, Miriam. I've got a soft spot for Eileen. What she did was wrong, killing those men. It's just her childhood and way she's treated all of her life. I know that's no excuse, but I believe she's mentally ill. I believe she's schizophrenic. I believe she was, I don't know if she had it all of her life, but I know, I think she had it when she was sitting on death row. Because she had all these things in her head, like the prison was trying to kill her, poison her. That's what most politicians do. They say they lie. I know, Denise. That's why I can't get into it. Mark watches all that crap. It just pisses me off. If I watched politics all the time, it would just put me in the worst mood. It really would. I'm going to look at my notebook. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. But yeah. I just don't get into it. I know it's important to vote and do all this and that. Like, I get that. But I'm just not one that's going to sit there and watch those presidential debates and stuff. Go to rallies. I'm not going to do it. Prostitutes, especially the poorest ones, get treated worse than dirt. Yeah, she even had cops take advantage of her. They would threaten her. Do something sexual with me, or I'm going to take you to jail for prostitution. Eileen was done horrible. She was raped as a very young girl, barely a teenage girl. Raped by one of her grandfather's dirty old friends. Had the baby. She was made put the baby up for adoption. Her grandmother was an alcoholic. I think she was kind of good to Eileen, though. Her grandfather, no, he was abusive. I've heard her grandfather sexually abused her, but I've also heard he just physically abused her. He didn't sexually abuse her. Who knows? Um, I heard that he prostituted her out to his friends. Her and her brother were really messed up in the head as kids, and they were actually, her and her brother had a sexual relationship. Yeah, the neighbor kids witnessed it. Eileen, I don't know, she just threw around her body, and I think she did it for attention, trying to find someone to love her. In her mind, that's what she thought she was doing, I believe. Oh, I love his documentaries, Mac. He has two good documentaries on Eileen. Some people call her Aileen. Some people call her Eileen. I call her both. She shouldn't have been put to death. Did she deserve to be in prison for the rest of her life? Well, I think she deserved to be like in a psychiatric hospital for the rest of her life, because she had some severe mental illness, and I'm sure she didn't even get no treatment while in prison. But she didn't deserve to be executed, because I don't think she was in her right mind. And Jeb Bush signed the warrant to go through with her execution. I can't stand him over that. That was bullcrap. Eileen wanted to be put to death. She was tired of being on death row. Hey, breaking the silence. I'm late streaming today. I was late starting. I was going to go back and watch your last live stream that you did. I started watching it, and then I got interrupted. It's hard for me to make excuses for her, like a pedophile abducts a child. They say they were sexually abused, no excuse. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, she shouldn't have killed those men. But I guess my soft spot for her is being put to death. I don't think she should have been put to death, because I think she had schizophrenia. But yes, she did deserve to be punished for what she did. She deserved, like I said earlier, to be like in a state mental hospital for the rest of her life. But no, she didn't deserve to ever be out. Of course not. Because there was a couple of those men that, I think at least one of them was just picking her up and giving her a ride. He wasn't wanting anything from her, I don't think. Of course, we'll never know that for a fact, but I don't think he was. Her own mother didn't even get in contact with her when she was on death row. Yeah, in those documentaries that Mac is talking about from what's his name, Nick Broomfield, Nick does an interview with Eileen's mom. I'll tell you what, she's not going to win Mother of the Year no time soon. I don't even know if she's still alive, because this documentary was done in like the 90s, late 90s. Oh, did he do a documentary on Heidi Fleiss too? I've watched the Heidi Fleiss story on Lifetime. Yeah, in the documentary, in Nick Broomfield's documentary, Breaking the Silence, there is a little interview with her mom. He actually goes to her little apartment, Nick does. Yeah, I think it's, maybe Mac knows, but I believe it's in the Selling of a Serial Killer. I'll get you the link for that documentary. Okay. Let me get it. Okay, is this the Nick Broomfield? I was just making sure I was getting his documentary. Let me click on it to make sure. Oh, man, they got it cut up. Here it is. Okay. I think it's in Selling. I'm pretty sure it's in this documentary. Okay, there's the link to it. Maybe if you don't got time to watch it, you can click on it and save it for later. It's in 2 parts. Maybe I've not watched the second part. I believe I have, though. He done an amazing job on that documentary. Now, Eileen's attorney wasn't too happy with it because he basically got run out of town for being incompetent. He was just a big pothead. He didn't try to help Eileen at all. It's actually the second one, Eileen, Life and Death of a Serial Killer. Both documentaries are free on Netflix. Yeah, they're actually here on YouTube. Okay, so it's in the second one, Life and Death of a Serial Killer. Okay, well, you know what? Cement Shoes, that's actually the link that I shared. Life and Death of a Serial Killer. Let me see if I can find. Let me just go to Nick's channel. He's not a bad looking guy. Of course, I'm going to say that. Okay. I can't find it right now. Why am I having trouble finding it? If anyone's got that link, you can share it. Handy. If not, it's okay. You should be able to find it with that link anyways, the other part. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to get off here. I've not ate breakfast yet, so I'm going to go fix me something to eat. Thanks for chatting with me this morning. It's been a good chat. I could sit here all day and talk about true crime, but I can't. I got to get moving. Selling of a Serial Killer took place in the 90s. Okay, thank you, Cement Shoes. I didn't know exactly what year that it was. Anyways, I love y'all. Be kind. I may see y'all later, channel members, for a little stream. If nothing comes up, then we will do that. If I don't do one, you don't see a community post about it, then, something's come up. I've got to run to the store or some crap. Anyways, I love y'all. Be kind. Peace.